Yeah, that wasn't the guest I was expecting, by the way. Yeah, but indeed, I'm expecting a guest, and I would love to just get some information soon enough, and I will furnish you with that. And it's the TUC, just so that you know. Remember, about a week ago, we were trying to have a conversation with the NLC head of information spokesperson, and he was here, but we couldn't have a seamless connection, and as much as we tried, it failed. The magic of the internet was not in our favor. Well, we're hoping to maybe reschedule that in the next future. Today, we don't know. Today, I'm just pretty much waiting for the confirmation of my guest today. And I guess this speaks to worker and worker welfare in the country, Nigeria. And I think it promises to be a very interesting conversation, because many of you have asked questions regarding the welfare of workers, who's backing workers, who's speaking for them, who's fighting for them, who defends them, what's their recourse, how do they get justice. And I think that there are a handful of foreigners who have exploited the seeming fractured system in Nigeria to exploit the weak or the economically disadvantaged. And it would appear that every time, in fact, they come in already up front with the knowledge that labor is not only cheap, but they would even further exploit that cheap labor and get away with it. And so that's been happening. It would be a privilege this afternoon to find out what the TUC has been doing, is doing, and what Nigerians should do, can do, given that the only way to address the issue is to address the issue. And that would mean not just verbally, but every other legal means possible, including a lawsuit. Please. I don't know why y'all don't think that way. Yes. Oh, please. Befriend a lawyer. Marry one. Have a tryst with one. I'm sorry. Yeah. So this bloody game called life, where the strong takes over the weak, or the strong manipulates the weak, it's necessary for you to understand the game and then apply some sensibility to it. And where necessary, when they wield a blade against you, you wield something. A blade, you throw stones. I mean, the whole David Goliath story is a very solid reference as to defense, self-defense, and God be with you. Even your stones can take down a giant, That's against doing nothing. And I think you've been exploited so long that maybe it's my duty to tell you to do something. But let's see. Legally. All right. I have the pretty lady here. Vaughn, hi, how are you? How you doing? How's work? How's your family? How's your boyfriends? How your lovers? How's it going?
Everything is just going there, Jerry.
So first of all, you're a little too happy. I don't know why your spirit is so upbeat. What?
Joyce, is the joy of the Lord. Hallelujah. It is the joy of my Lord. Hallelujah.
I've really had a silent morning, and so I stepped into the studio, and you were like, very...
And she told me to shut up, to stop shouting. Lagos, while I was on the news, Joyce was like, you're shouting, stop shouting. Why are you so upbeat this morning? Stop it. That was why I almost laughed at some point. She was like,
yeah, because...
Look, I'm not in the mood for this. My head hurts. My eyes are watery. I've been coughing. Look, girl, I don't need this energy right now.
You shouldn't have said that, but okay, it's out the bag. She was just... we don't pay you enough for how much you shout.
Exactly. So it has to be the joy of the Lord.
Nice and nice, pretty Nigerian. Well, at least we can take away from your presence the spirit of your presence. It's very contagious.
Oh, thank you, Joyce.
I haven't been contaminated yet. I need to go and rest. But at least it rubs off on anyone positively.
Thank you.
The reason I kept you here is to find out. I beg to differ. Those children, I mean, I hope they're not going to be offended if I call them children, but yeah, they're holding their own.
They are, Joyce.
How are they? I know it's a fight to win. Yeah, it feels like a well, maybe not a circus, but in a sense, it's you fight to take the other person out.
Yes.
How brutal has it been?
It has. Oh my God. It has been brutal, Joyce. Yesterday was particularly brutal because the first two debaters went at each other with everything. So much so that it came down to a tie. Oh, it came down to a tie, Joyce.
That's a very difficult spot.
It
to be
was
in.
a difficult spot to be in. So all the judges were exhausted at this point, and so they had to go into a 5-minute tiebreaker round. Each of them got 5 minutes to switch sides and debate the position previously debated by their opponents. And oh Lord, it was hectic, Joyce. The judges were exhausted. We were all hungry because this case said today it's going to be today. It was something.
Oh wow.
Oh, it was a wild yesterday, Joyce.
That's the sort of situation where, in all honesty, you just have to give it to one person, but there isn't any
Yes.
winner.
Oh,
There are
gosh.
fights where no winner truly emerged.
Honest to God, it was something. It was arguably the best
Oh.
quarterfinal match I had ever witnessed.
What topic was it?
So their topic
Can you
had to
remember?
do with. I'm going to quickly pull that up because I have to tell
sometimes
you.
it's like you're dating someone and they bring out the best in you,
Joyce.
and then you're dating someone
They
you're
bring out the
ugly,
yes.
you're monstrous.
They
you're
brought out the
bitter.
best in each other yesterday
Must
because
have
I
been a
could
good
tell
topic.
it was a good. The topic was vocational training certification should be rated the same level as tertiary education
Bang.
certification.
Oh bang!
Oh, it almost came down to a cat fight, Joyce.
Nah, no way.
Because it was crazy. It almost came down to a cat fight.
I think also it's good to have a position, and I think some of them may have been disadvantaged by the position of the topic.
So the lady
Because I
who
heard you
sat
say
here-
one today, and my mind just went to, pardon me.
Yes.
I heard you the topic you shared today. I heard you on that topic, and I thought the
female politicians. Which of them is it? The one about female politicians or the one about the removal of fuel subsidies?
the removal of fuel subsidies.
Mm.
Yeah, the person who is going to speak. Oh, maybe I shouldn't break there. I hope they're not listening.
I hope they are not. But
Yeah,
but
there's an
let's
aspect of that
Yes.
conversation that's difficult to defend.
absolutely.
And so I think that there are some people who would find themselves on the angle of the conversation that's just a little too hard to properly defend. And then sometimes you have a case where it's solid 50-50. It can go this way, it can go that way. Sometimes it just seems as though the debate sensibly already goes that way or goes one way. And so if you have a good debater, they don't really have to sweat too hard.
Joyce, this is interesting because 2 years ago, two debaters sat here and debated this topic.
On women politics?
No, on subsidies,
Oh.
on fuel subsidies.
We're putting these kids through something.
Oh, we did. And the lad who debated that the fuel subsidy, the removal of fuel subsidy hadn't done much for the country, went after his opponent's jugular.
Yeah, you see that? So that because the argument already gives him a advantage.
He went after his opponent's jugular. He had him here. And his opponent, being a student of Ikorodu Senior High School, well, it came down to this debater had said,
Did he
you're
come
here
down-
debating that the removal has been beneficial. You came all the way from Ikorodu. How much did you spend on transport? Joyce, sometimes these kids go at each other and we try not to laugh because it
Yeah.
is wild. Oh my God. There are so many times I've sat here and listened to these kids and I just want to exclaim, Jesus, take it easy. I want to say, no, that's so mean. But you can't, you just have to be aloof, you know. Oh my.
Once again, I want to thank parents who comprehend what a fight should be,
Yes.
and they imbue into their children the necessary rage to obliterate an opponent. Because I think that's really what we're seeing emerge from a
Joyce.
few of these
Oh
youngings.
Lord,
right?
help us! You should have seen these girls yesterday.
Like I know you like him.
Dora and Ifeoluwa.
I know you're told to love your neighbor as yourself,
But
but
this is war.
This is a fight. If you
is
look,
war.
I don't care if you win, but you must leave blood on that dance floor.
Oh my. Yes.
Yeah,
and
I
that
think-
was what happened here yesterday.
Yeah.
Oh Lord, help us! That was what happened here
Sounds
yesterday.
like something that some dads are doing at the background.
I Joyce, when Dora finished rebutting her opponent's points, I thought how is Ifeoluwa going to come back?
Yeah.
This girl sat straight, and she's tiny. She sat straight. Dora is, she's
Hello,
slightly
tiny
chubby.
people. Yeah, small.
Dora is slightly chubby. Ifeoluwa is tiny. She just sat up. Her voice went up 2 notches.
I'm fighting back.
Oh, and she fought.
Oh wow.
Oh my, Joyce, she fought.
Imagine
came
these
down to
kind of
the time.
youngings on the Senate floor.
Oh my goodness.
We need to see women like this.
Oh
in
Lord,
politics,
yesterday it was glorious. It was a glorious day to behold.
Lagos.
It was beautiful.
Like, I'm just benefiting from all the psychological outplay. I'm looking at this and I'm seeing, okay, you know what? I could take you to war. Nice.
And right now there are only 4 debaters left in the competition.
Oh.
There are only 4 debaters left.
So yesterday was a semi-final.
Yesterday was the quarterfinals.
Oh, quarterfinal.
Tomorrow, the semifinals will take place.
Oh, sure.
4 of them left. And these 4 debaters, oh, Lord help us, Joyce.
You think it's going to be...
Oh, yes. Yes,
Wow.
it is going to be something.
I mean...
Because Esther Joseph will face Akinshule. Let me confirm that.
Oh,
Esther
okay.
Joseph. Oh, yes, it is Esther Joseph versus Akinshule Onyedamola. And both girls are something, Joyce. Both girls are feisty. Akinshule will sit here and say, your claim is ridiculous. And she's just 14 years old.
Oh, I like that.
What do you mean? Your claim is ridiculous. Because statistics prove. Okay, girl. Okay.
I like feisty. Fire.
Oh, Lord help us.
Measured temperament.
And I have to sit here and because I sit close to
Spear,
them,
daggers, guns,
you know,
knives.
I'm like, okay, take it easy. Why are you being mean?
No, don't take
Don't
it.
take it easy. I love it. I love the heat. Just
Okay.
make sure nobody cries. But sometimes they cry.
Oh, do they cry?
Oh, yes, they do,
Yeah,
Joyce.
I think there's so much passion in that.
Oh yes,
a lot of passion.
yes. And so every debate, especially on days when the debates are really good and these great debaters have to go because there can only be 2 winners at the end of every day. Our hearts break,
Yeah.
and then sometimes they cry and our hearts break some more.
Oh.
Yes. Now that's the difficult part because
Okay.
after the debate you now have to console the loser.
Exactly. Okay, so what's happening today? And so what's the future lineup now? Because I hear you only have like 4.
Yes. So today,
Debaters.
Marian and Femi Obong-Daniels will be here at 3 p.m. during Hard Facts. I believe they'll take the first hour to review what has happened so far. And then Lagos can call in to share their thoughts. They couldn't do that
fantastic.
yesterday because the first debate ran into the second hour because they had to be a tiebreaker round.
Oh, I
And so
see.
the news didn't even, we didn't even take the news at 6 yesterday because it was a day. It was a remarkable day. And so today, Lagos will have all the time to, interact with the presenters, the hosts of I Beg to Differ,
okay,
Femi
good.
Obong-Daniels and
And
Marianne Jacob Cohn.
Okay.
And they can discuss everything that has happened so far. And then tomorrow, Joyce, the semi-finals will take place. And Lord help us.
May the best man win. Huh?
Absolutely.
But I think this is also pressure for judges because here
And
you have to be
interestingly,
delicate.
yes.
You have to measure the nuances properly.
Interestingly, Joyce, it's Women's Month. And the 4 debaters left are all girls.
And that wasn't any working.
No, it wasn't. It's just what played out.
Wow.
I tell you. So the judges, and the organizers, the organizing team of I Beg to Differ they don't manipulate.
I mean, of course, I know that they
Yeah.
don't. It
So
just
it's
seems
not-
as though the stars are
the girls,
aligning.
exactly. The girls kicked all the boys out of the competition, Joyce. And so far in the history of I Beg to Differ, so far, there have only been 3 male winners. So far.
You know, women can talk, right?
Yes, women can talk. So
Maybe
far,
not.
there have only been
Wow.
3. Am I right?
But more
Fabian
female.
Chigundu. Actually, just 2.
Oh.
Actually.
Well, so this is why I think
Just
like
two.
this is why
Just
I think the debate is beautiful. It's not even about the win. It's about what it does to the child psychologically.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I love how arguments shaped young people. So I'm one person who I was in debating society in secondary school. And it's so beautiful to see how you can simulate a seeming war, and you are supposed to match out of there alive.
Absolutely.
You come out of this alive. Now you may not win, and so that's also the thing I want parents to understand, that this is not about winning.
Winning
It's
or
good
losing,
to win
yes.
if that's an objective. In fact, I would think it's good to have that insight. But I think one, to fully comprehend the matter and be capable of lacerating it to your best human capability.
Yes.
If you're able to do that on, something you would call a competition as this, it truly sets you up for the world.
It does.
You begin to mirror how the world works, and then you learn that with education, with a capability of comprehension, ability to read and write, with cognitive and critical thinking skills, you probably equal, if not more superior, than the man with the gun. Because really what the world needs is people who can think.
Absolutely, Joyce.
Which right now is out
Almost
of
non-existent.
style. It's out of fashion. Very soon, these people who know how to think, read, and write are going to be eunuchs.
The minority.
Yeah, because I think the society is dumbing down even content, and what that does is it disarms the public.
Absolutely.
And for people who constantly consume public opinion, then we are going to have, and that is not even just a personal opinion, the figures and the sciences begin to show that even now we have more stupid people
Yes.
than we've ever had in history. Is that an objection?
No, he's right. He agrees.
I thought
I
he objected.
agree. Just you really made me raise an eyebrow with the gun comment. Like, I don't know. I don't want to be arguing with somebody who has a gun.
Because again, poof,
That argument will be over in a second.
Okay, so there is the binary approach to the statement. There is the black and white approach
Absolutely.
to the statement.
But that's the,
I chose to
knows
look
that.
at it from that angle. I just don't. We don't argue with people who have guns over here because arguments like that are 5 seconds long.
And unfortunately,
You
we
always
live
end
in
up
a
losing.
society like that. You know.
so
But I do agree with you. I agree with you that there's not a lot of smart people. There's not a lot of critical thinking going on along.
we
at
don't
all.
have that.
Yeah.
We don't have that.
We should surprised that
People argue
some
and
people don't know.
regurgitate things they've consumed.
Yeah.
you know.
So what happens now is people take, and that's why you have characters like Donald Trump, because there's a lot of people who are doing thinking for themselves. Information is available now more than ever in the history of the world. It has never been easy to click on a button. And
I would even say, information has been available, but crap information is overload. Let me give
That's the problem.
Let me
That's
give you an
the main-
example.
very accessible.
Like the writer 48 Laws of Power, Robert Greene, he was on a podcast recently, and he made a comment. Well, the excerpt from the podcast posted, there was an excerpt posted, and it was pretty much Robert Greene saying that a masculine man is not emotional, and he cannot be emotional to make decisions, and said something emotional. I was like, this era again. And out of
It's utterly stupid to actually say that.
it was just out of sheer reluctance. I just decided to just click on the comments. In my head, I wasn't sure what I was expecting. It was men who checked him. It was
good.
It was men, because this
Hallelujah.
It was men who was like, you're wrong. So I think there are a few people waking up, and a lot more people are going to sleep.
It's the world we're living. So it favors black and white. The gray areas, you are boring. If you are not liberal, you are definitely conservative. And there just doesn't seem like there was somebody who was saying something. So there's this Nigerian film that is all the buzz on Twitter right now, and then somebody was commenting on it, and the guy goes to the girl's workplace with Ogini band, and one thing, this guy is rabid meninist, and he says, if
A
you
patriarch, like a okay.
I don't know, red pill boys and all
Okay.
that.
Okay.
And then he says if this sort of thing appeals to you, then and women are applauding you, then you are doing rubbish. There's an era in which I agree. Yes, maybe it's a little over the top, but the whole idea of if women are applauding you, you are doing rubbish. I don't know. And it's a lot. The funny thing is, you look on the other side, there's a lot of women who are saying that too. That, oh, if men are applauding you, it's like, we're all pitched in different camps and pointing gun at each other. Talk to me now, let me shoot you.
It's an ego contest. It's an ego contest. And I think that the feminist or the liberal women class are not educating themselves. They're just trying to repeat what has been done.
The truth is always in the middle. It's never far right or far left. It's always somewhere in the middle. And the problem with the middle is that the gray has different shades. So sifting through all of that to arrive at what is the most plausible, logical conclusion is hard. So we go for the easy thing. Men are bad. Women are good. Or women are, more. It's tiring.
It's madness. It's social construct madness. And I think the more opinions that the social media gives room for, the more chaotic this world will be.
And that is why, thankfully, I beg to differ exists.
Well, if you have a child,
because hopefully
set him up.
Hopefully, what we try to do here is, right some of the wrongs that these kids may grow up to possibly see or experience. But it is better to catch them young and form their minds and ensure that they're mentally, capable
for the
of
world,
withstanding whatever it is that the world will throw at them.
Lagos, you've enjoyed this. We'll be right back.
More news and information coming up. We'll be back in a moment.
Tasty, creamy and nourishing. E get vitamins A, D, E, B1, B9, B12 and zinc. Now original Niger yogurt. I beg you, make gonna throw a salute for fine yogurt. Beg you, go Jolly Mento with the new fine yogurt drinking yogurt.
Fine yogurt, original Niger yogurt.
For 3 great seasons, the fans have fought with passion and fire. Their best they brought. The banter was bold, the debates were tight. Each word a weapon, each match a fight. But now it's bigger, the stakes much higher. The battle returns and it's full of fire. Fan Battle 4 with Femi and the gang on 99.3 Nigeria Info. The stage is bang. In partnership with Sports Salon, we raise the game with glory, honor, and a shot at fame. Think you've got what it takes to score? Then step right up. It's time for more. Register now and take your stand. Your time to shine is now at hand.
Registration is ongoing on www.nigeriainfo.fm.
Fan Battle 4. Let the battle begin.
We're back.
We're back.
We're back.
We're back.
We are back.
We're back on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
Look, ladies and gentlemen, Fan Battle, it is back. Now, I beg to differ, but for people who love football, who love their sports, yes, that is what this is. 1 million naira is slapped on the price tag for the first placed person, and all you have to do is go to www.nigeriainfo.fm, click on the Fan Battle banner on the homepage, and go ahead to fill the mini form, as well as drop a video that's not more than 60 seconds with you speaking on any football topic of your choosing. Then click on submit. Fan Battle 4, let the battle begin. 32 of Lagos's finest football fans. I know that's not a thing, but yeah, think about it that way. If you can debate on this mic in this studio, then you are definitely one of the top fans around when it comes to football. So make sure you remember that 32 of you, we're going head to head with each other. But first, you have to go to the website at www.nigeriainfo.fm and click on the fan battle banner. Do everything that is asked of you afterwards, like fill the mini form and upload that 60-second video of you talking about a football topic as passionately as you can. Upload it and let the battle begin for you.
All right, now off on a break. I was gonna say something.
We're like gold diggers, tunneling through the mishaps and the handicaps.
I don't know what to cook for them. I don't know what to give them to eat. That is the issue at hand as I speak right now.
In the name of the good, we hope to earn the truth and be worth our weight in salt.
Every night, every lad and there would hear 1 million boys, 2 million boys, 3 million boys. Just for one people who don't have no money. You're supposed to plan it to go where people can follow you. Everybody can follow you. Go the rich and those poor.
The Sunny Side with Joyce.
The Sunny Side with Joyce.
Weekdays 12 to 3 p.m. on 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
If news is your quest, or gist your request,
Yeah.
well, somewhere over your rainbows
Over your rainbow.
is the Sunny Side
They better know it.
with Joyce.
When you share goodness, it finds its way back to you. So, as you pause for prayers this afternoon, take a moment to brighten someone's day. Ramadan Kareem from Knorr.
In the midst of it all,
In the midst of it all,
we talk to inform.
Talking about politicians, I have a story on Knox Trail closure of broadcast stations by Zamfara government.
Be part of the conversation round the clock.
These guys, everything is interwoven.
99.3 Nigeria Info.
Your number one station for talk.
This is
the
It's 1 o'clock. 1 o'clock.
news update on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
Lagos, the State Police Command has made a significant breakthrough in the case of Adedamola Ogunbode, the missing Lagos State University graduate. The burial site has been located with the principal suspect, Olaoluwa Ajishomo, apprehended and leading detectives to the location. Police confirmed that the suspect also emptied Ogunbode's bank account using the victim's phone. This development follows heightened concerns and threats of a statewide student protest, prompting the Lagos State Commissioner of Police, Moshood Jimoh, to direct the State Criminal Investigation Department to take over the investigation. In maritime news, the Lagos State Waterways Authority has successfully removed the hazardous dredging pipe that poses risk to ferry operators along the Ikorodu power line route. LASWA's General Manager Oluwadamilola Emmanuel reported that the pipe left by a dredging company had already caused damage to 2 ferries and obstructed safe passage. Following reports of the obstruction, LASWA's patrol team acted swiftly to remove the hazard and installed marker buoys to guide waterway users. Mr. Emmanuel urged all stakeholders to collaborate in ensuring the safety and navigability of Lagos waterways. And turning to economic updates, the Naira experienced mixed movement on Tuesday. It appreciated to 1,565 Naira per dollar in the parallel market, up from 1,570 Naira on Monday. However, in the Nigerian foreign exchange market, it depreciated to 1,537 Naira per dollar, a 9 Naira drop from the previous day. This data is according to the Central Bank of Nigeria. And for those following the Beg to Differ debate competition, the second regional debate in Season 8 has progressed to the semi-finals with 4 debaters remaining. On Thursday at 4 p.m., Esther Joseph will face Akinshule Onyemuwa on the topic. Female politicians are often oppressed by their male counterparts. And at 5 p.m., Ifeoluwa Olaiya and Chaloku Naomi will compete for a spot in the finals, debating the removal of fuel subsidies has helped the Nigerian economy. Choose this round was notably intense, with Ifeoluwa Olaya and Chaluku Naomi advancing after challenging debates. Don't miss the semi-finals this Thursday at 4 p.m. It's shaping up to be an exciting showdown. And on the international front, President Donald Trump's tariffs on steel and aluminum imports have officially taken effect, leading to strong reactions from major trade partners. The European Union has announced retaliatory tariffs on 26 billion euro worth of US goods, with full implementation expected by April 13th. Critics warn that these tariffs will lead to increased consumer prices and negatively impact economic growth. However, U.S. steel makers have voiced support, stating that the tariffs will boost domestic production and create jobs. President Trump has also reversed his decision to double tariffs for Canada after Ontario imposed an electricity surcharge. Meanwhile, global leaders, including Australia's Prime Minister, have criticized the decision as unjustified. And that's the news update for you at this time. Thank you. You are listening to 99.3 Nigeria Info, and I am Yvonne Okaifo Lagos. Thank you for your time.
Quality talk.
Intelligent conversations.
Always interesting.
So engaging.
Sometimes even mind-boggling.
Nigeria Info. Ask everyone. Anyone.
.3 Nigeria Info. Someone has just sent me a picture of a battered child, like badly battered child. We'll give you this information and then we'll go right into that story. I'm going to share with you what has been sent to me in a moment. But first, on the sunny side this afternoon, I'll first say welcome and then here's some information that you need.
Yes, definitely some information that you need. Are you looking for the right path to study, live, or work abroad without losing your funds to unscrupulous travel agents? Or are you looking for funds to finance your overseas plans? If yes is the answer, don't miss out on the exclusive opportunity. Reserve your seat at the Premium Japa Seminar with Ozo Oduroba of Wazobia FM. Gain valuable insights, travel loans, learn proven strategies, and get insider tips. Network with industry leaders, have one-on-one discussions with seasoned travel experts, and take the very next step towards achieving your traveling goals. The date is Saturday, the 22nd of March 2025. The time 12 noon prompt. And of course, the venue will be the ITF building, the 5th floor at Funshaw Williams Avenue, Ikponri, inside Costin, Lagos. The access fee is 20,000 naira and it admits one person only. Now, for seat reservations and further inquiries, please contact us at 002-383-1303. That is 002-383-1303. And of course, 002-377-0699. That is 002-377-0699. Hurry and secure your spot. Seats are filling up just like that, very, very fast. This event is proud by Strong Voice Media and proudly supported by Wazobia FM, Cool FM, and Nigeria Info. We are not in the business of giving visas, so make sure you know that as you come along.
All right, so we're here, and I'm really trying to pull through this next few hours with you on the show. Okay, I want to quickly say thank you to someone who has sent me photographs of a child horribly battered. Horribly battered. Okay, wow. She has half her face is swollen with palm print. No, actually, both sides of her face. So she must have been hit extremely hard. Her lip is broken. Like it's scraped off. Half her bottom lip is broken. And the entire length of her left arm is swollen. So let me read the message attached to the picture. How can you get a 5-year-old as a house help? So here is the message sent to me, and I'm going to try to read it in your hearing. A woman with a popular name called F.A., who is a resident of Murraytown Barracks, beat up a 5-year-old girl mercilessly for taking food from a pot to eat unknown to her after she deprived her throughout the day from eating. This 5-year-old child was recently brought by this woman, picture below, who is an aunt from the village to help her with domestic work at home. According to Eyewitness, this is just one of several child cases of abuse this particular woman usually does to this poor little girl in the name of discipline. We're calling on the authorities to come to the aid of this poor child, as the woman is boasting about the fact that the husband is a soldier and no one can do anything, not even the police. Please, let's share this so it can go viral. All right. Wow. I haven't seen anything like this in a very long time. Usually, I hear of child abuse cases, and it's usually of children who are, say, 14, 13, 12. I've seen that. Have I seen 10? Probably, but I think more 12, 13. But here is a 5-year-old, and we are told, at least according to the message, she was brought to this woman who now is... The child looks like she must have been slammed against the wall hard and slammed several times. So I would love for the poster to please confirm a few things to me. When was this posted? And is there a number on the page where this was posted? Please, because if there is a number, this is an emergency and we're probably already late. So if you are listening, I'll appreciate for you to send me. You can go back to, you say you got this on Facebook, so please go back on that Facebook page, find a number. I hope there is a number. Please help check if there is a number on the page. I'd like to have it, because this is actually unbelievable. But I think that psychologically there is seeming justification for why people think they do what they do. But first, I even think we need to talk about helps. Male, female helps. What age is permissible? Because I think many people, in the name of trying to help raise the child of somebody else, they go adopt the child, or at least take the child away from their parents because the parents can't cater to the child, bring the child over, and start maltreating the child. I'm not sure what the family background arrangement is, what the situation was that led to this child landing in this kind of situation. You have no idea what I'm talking about. This is a 5-year-old child from the picture. Both sides of the face is swollen. You know the kind of swelling where it appears as though there's like a tumor beneath the skin, like a growth? Exactly. Both sides of the face. Her bottom lip is cut off. There's a part of the lip that's cut off, and then her left arm, the entire length of the arm is swollen. So I think this should give you like a very vague picture to imagine the sort of bitting that a 5-year-old will have to endure for the pictures to be this. Now, the message is also saying that the woman is reporting her husband is military and nobody can do anything to her, not even the police. While I'm waiting for additional information, by the way, this story is on Facebook. So if you have seen this story on Facebook, I'm asking you to please forward any numbers you can find on that page. We're all damned if there is no number on that page, and we cannot save this child today. To this child today. So first, I need to even establish when this happened, and I don't know, I'm a little unsettled right now. When did this happen? And if you haven't, please go back to that page and get us a number. I beg you, please. Okay. So let's talk about helps. house helps, maid. I think they go by different names. Housekeeper. No, I think housekeeper sounds more older because usually, I think housekeeper is not even a term that we even use colloquially. I think what we say here is house help and housemaid. But over the years, we've seen it take different forms, different shapes, where young people are taken away from their parents to family members, friends, who not just abuse them, but violate them psychologically. So Nigeria Info, you have work today. Let's talk. What is the permissible age to take a child? And then maybe we even need to talk about the conditions that lead to the removing of a child from the care of their parent into the hands of someone who's a distant family member, where this becomes the eventuality. And what are we supposed to do as a society to stop things as this? Now, look, don't tell me that this is something I should do. You and I mean, imagine if you were a neighbor and you saw this and you just walked by. You say, well, it's not my business. And then you stay from a distance and you just say a few words. Don't do it, don't do it. You'll kill the child, and you walk away. This nonchalance, this attitude of, it's not my business, it's not affecting me directly, and you leave the child in that situation that appears to be capable of threatening their lives. You're on the sunny side. Let's talk. 0201-2770-993, 0201-465-7190. Nigeria Info, thank you so much for being here. Good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon.
Thank you very much for being on Nigeria Info. Tell us your name and you can go ahead.
This is Lokoye's name.
Okay, go ahead, please.
Yeah. See, I don't want to start. I don't want to start gender stuff on today's show.
Okay.
But I think women need to have empathy.
Okay.
Yes. A lot of them lack empathy. 5 years old, beaten, battered mercilessly by a woman. If you Google now in Nigeria, domestic violence against children, house helps, 99% of them comes from women.
Okay.
So I don't understand. Is it that the way they were brought up, they were not brought up in a way to have empathy? Even Mr. Lumide used to say it, the host of Saturday show. Because I am pained. I wish, because the people who even posted that, I blame them. Yes, they are scared because the person is a soldier. The woman is boasting. They cannot gather the woman, beat her up mercilessly, beat the hell out of her. They are now snapping. They are now calling for help. For what? They themselves. Can you see Nigerians? We Nigerians, we have big problem. I can't be a neighbor in that society, and I wouldn't have gone ahead to do what I'm not supposed to do, because that is a wicked, heartless woman, and she needs to be locked up for life.
You're on the sunny side. This is Nigeria Info. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Joyce.
Thank you for being here. Turn up the volume of your radio set. Tell us your name. Go ahead.
Please, I would like you to transfer this case to Barrister Olumide Omoshebi. It's his job to do that. Maybe the husband of that woman may not know what is going on at home. Being a soldier, maybe you should come back late. You will not know what is going on.
Please turn up the volume of your radio set. You have to. Thank you. So I also think that there is a Nigerian mentality that maybe needs to come forward in this conversation. What is the duty of the neighborhood? So say you're in a situation where you see an adult abusing or violating a child, a defenseless child. What is the duty of the men and women in that neighborhood? Is it to mind their business? Because I think now we have successfully cultivated a habit of minding our business. We must now decide to evaluate the cost of that, the price we're going to pay for minding our business. Nigeria Info, We hold it to be worthy of note. It's a beautiful Wednesday afternoon. Good afternoon. You're on the sunny side. Thank you very much for being
Joyce, good afternoon. My name is Emmanuel.
Welcome, Emmanuel. So good to have you here.
Yes, Joyce, I really feel minding the business is the best.
Oh.
Yes, I am a victim of this thing you are saying. I stay on the island. I used to live in the compound where it's just me and the owner of the house alone. Joyce, do you know that my landlady's daughter was sick? My landlady has gone out for her business, and the daughter had, do I say, severe malaria or cold. She was shaking, and immediately she came to me because she's a girl of about 8. She came to me, and the way she was shaking, I just held her close and I took her to the house. She laid on the couch, so I went out to get drug. My wife was not in the house. My wife went to work. Joyce, I gave the girl drug. She felt better and she slept off. And when she woke up, she was fine. Do you know that my wife scolded at me for 3 days? That what if the drug I gave that girl killed that girl? What will people say? That do I think my landlady will understand with me that I was trying to help the child? Second reason why I will have to mind my business. A boy, one of these cat pushers, Aboki, a car ran into the boy from behind, hit his chest on the car, on that cat, and was bleeding from the nose, from the mouth, from the eyes. In me, I am not, if it is by my power, I am supposed to go my way. But that thing kept saying, you are the one to save this guy. Other Aboki came, they pleaded. I took the guy, lay him behind the seat. 2 of them sat in front. I drove the guy to 3 different hospitals. This boy was rejected. The last hospital was at Ajeromi, Ajegunle. This thing happened at Agop Palace Way. What am I trying to tell you? Do you know that they refused to admit this boy into the hospital? They had to fix strip on the boy's body inside my car. I started treating the boy inside my car so that the boy dies. It is my cross. I've had several situations where policeman has been knocked down in front of me. I refuse to pick that person up. So, when it comes to issue like this, I always take my hands off. And I want to tell us something. Do you know that 80% of this thing is from a particular region that gives their children out? It is not from the north. It is partly the south. Mostly mostly the east. Why are we saying this? Is the reason because first they have been cajoled by religion. Go ye into the world and multiply, even if you don't have work. Secondly, marriage brings blessing. So they just do this thing blindly because of what they have said, and they start giving birth without looking how their finance is, how to cater for these children. Do you know that in my place where I come from, parents, my father gave birth to me, we are 9, 1 mother.
All right, okay.
So what am I saying? Except poverty, nobody wants to give his child out.
Okay.
And these people that collect these children, since it is not your blood, they don't have that feelings. They do that child, they treat an 8-year-old child as if that child is 30, 27. That child wakes up as early as 4 a.m., go to bed by 12 at night.
All right. Thank you so much for calling.
There is no humanity in us. Thank you.
I appreciate your message. This one goes, the issue of minors as housemaids and their subsequent abuse is prevalent amongst Igbo women. It is about the culture. No, he's asking, is it about the culture, or those women are just mean and wicked? So I think this is the second accusation already against Igbo women who, I guess not all for sure, but that a few of them, at least it would appear that many of the stories society may have heard, may have come the most from the eastern part. And I guess if you are Igbo, this would be a very good opportunity to speak to the issue and what you think the misconception is. I guess there's probably a misunderstanding or a misrepresentation or a poorly constructed social opinion about this being a prevalent issue emerging from the east the most. 99.3 Nigeria Info. You're on the sunny side. It's so good to have you join the conversation.
afternoon, Joyce.
Thank you for being here. Tell us your name. Go ahead.
This is Malik speaking.
Thank you for calling. Go ahead, please.
Yeah. Choice, you see something called house help. Some people are naturally wicked. My elder sister was once wicked. My own blood sister, my dad's first child. She was named after my mom's sister. Same way my mom's sister is wicked, that is that she's wicked. So it's not by the tribe, Choice. It's not by the tribe. Sometimes it's an inborn thing.
When you say your sister's wicked, is it like she hates you, or she just hates people? What do you mean?
Choice. I could remember when I was in primary 3 or 4.
You have 1 minute, so you want to get to the heart of the matter real quick.
We went to do holiday in her house. The next thing, she asked us to go and get water, and there's water in the house. And there's water in there, there's tap. Is that not wickedness? Some people will not want to give the house their food. They want to give them breakfast around 12 or 1 o'clock. Then you give them dinner by 9 or 10, and they will sleep by 1 or 2. Is that not wickedness?
Okay.
Choice. It's not by tribal. It's
All
just an inborn thing.
Thank
Good
you
afternoon.
very much for calling Lagos, Nigeria. This is a story that touches on the collective social consciousness of the Nigerian people. I think it's a challenge and maybe even a shame that these kinds of stories are in the news. But maybe, again, it is a moment of honesty, a moment of reflection, how this is even permissible, how that child is not being rescued, even by the neighborhood. It's a conversation that really needs to be looked at. We'll be right back.
More talk, news, and sports after this.
This year, we're talking about patronage from many different aspects. It's not just giving artists money. It can be helping an artist have an exhibition, giving them exposure, connecting them to the right gallery, the right representative, the right person, giving them studio space to produce, giving them some training, whether it's business training, legal advice. There are so many ways in which you can be a patron of the arts.
Plus 234 Art Fair 2025 holds from March 27th to 31st at the Pan-African Center, brought to you by Soto Gallery and Echo Bank. Admission is free.
It's tasty, creamy, and nourishing. It's original Niger yogurt. It's Fan Yogo. Go for the new Fan Yogo drinking yogurt. Fan Yogo, original Niger yogurt.
Welcome back to your number one talk, news, and sports station. This is Nigeria Info.
Nigeria Info.
This is Sunnyside with Joyce on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
Tick, says the clock. What we have to do today is worthy of note.
This is Sunnyside with Joyce, only on 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
I have a message here I need to read. Joyce, last Thursday you said, why do people worry or care what others say or think about another person? At the same time, it seems we should worry about other people's business if there is a kid involved. Why do we talk from both sides of our mouth? We have lost our values so much that we take in foreign culture of selfishness. I'm of the opinion parents, elders should be more responsible. There is a video and camera to record evidence. So the problem with your messages, I'm not even sure if you have a question for me, or if you're challenging me, or if you are making a buy statement. Now, the reference, which, for example, if it's a buy statement, is erroneous. It's just false equivalence. Because we said, why do people care what others think or say about them? At the same time, it seems we should worry about other people's business. As a human being with conscience and sensibility, read the first two sentences that you sent to me and ask yourself how they compare. How does it compare? Don't care about what other people have to say about you. And a child is being abused. How does it compare? This thing where it looks as though there's the liberty to just write me a message. It's going to be a feature on our conversation, Might is Right. So I don't know how I'm going to... Can Lagos... What's today? Today's what? Wednesday? Wednesday, what is this? Don't worry. I'm not fighting today. I don't feel well. March 12. Okay, good. Remember this moment. I'm going to read the message again. And I want to put it in context. The context here is... It would feature in our reference, Might is Right. Okay, so here's a message. Joyce, last Thursday you said, why do people worry or care what others think or say about another person? At the same time, it seems we worry about what other people's businesses are if there is a kid involved. Can you hear that message? Okay, good. So just note it today, March, because I'll reference it when we do Might is Right, okay? Thank you. How are you? You're on the sunny side.
Hello, Joyce. Good afternoon, Joyce.
Good afternoon, Ted.
Good afternoon, Joyce.
Good to have you.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Tell
This
me
is
your
Don
name.
Duque from Saboyaba.
Go ahead, please.
Don Duque from Saboyaba, yeah. Joyce, you see this matter of houseboy, house help, house girl, I don't know much about it. But all I know is that we're in the wicked world. In those days in my place, I'm from Akese in Ebonyi State. What we do is, if you have children and you cannot take care of them, you send them to your aunties, your brothers, younger ones, younger brothers, elder brothers, and so on and so forth. And that person must be at the age of, say, in short, those days we finish what we call secondary school, and maybe primary school. You cannot be able to take care of them. You send them to go and learn trading, electronics, how to sell electronics, how to repair fridges, and all that. That's how we do. But I don't know anything about houseboy, house girl, and house help because
But you may
the
have
world
heard
is
about
very
it.
weak.
But you've heard about it.
Yes. I started hearing about it in those days. Now you understand what I'm saying. So if I'm an advancing parent, have the children you can be able to take care of by yourself. I'm sure if you have 2-3 children, you'll be able to take care of it in these modern days. You understand? No matter how Nigerian economy is, you have 2-3 children, or even one, you'll be able to take care of that person properly. You understand? So I advise parents, please don't try it. It is not good for you to have children you cannot be able to take care of on this planet Earth. You understand? Then you send them out, and then they will be battered, be rubbish, and some of them will be killed. And they brought the person back to you as a dead body. That he is dead, this child is dead, he was sick, blah, 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 blah. Please, that's my candid advice. Thank you.
Thank you very much. The sunny side. Good afternoon to you. How are you? You're Nigeria Info.
Yeah, Joyce, good afternoon.
Thank you for calling. Tell us your name. Go ahead.
This is Chris calling from Ikoyi. Yeah, Joyce, I experienced this growing up. That's why I vowed. I told my wife nobody would train my children. And thank God when she left us, my kids have been with me up till now, till they get to this age they are. I know what I suffered when I was living with a family. Even in my environment where I live, I see how people treat their own children. Some of us, we have this I don't care attitude. But thank God in my compound, those women, they know me. Any of them that want to will beat their children. The other one will say, you sure that you do is not at home? He won't be happy with you. So I stand my faith. I know it's your daughter, it's your son, but you can't do this. If you dare try this next time, I will report you to the authority. Even the men that beat their wives, one even flogged the wife. I told him I respect you a lot, but with this you did today, I've withdrawn that respect from you. But thank God, I stand my faith. A lot of us in Nigeria, we have this I don't care attitude. Even just street fight alone, I will stop, come down from the car, say, oh boy, come, what is happening? Please, you hit this and it will drop there, then you say, devil. And you guys are watching. Okay, waiting be your own, waiting concern you. No! We need to change the way we do things. They say prevention is better than cure. And that lady, she's a witch. Not only when you fly in the night. And I don't think she has kids of her own. Shebi said the husband is a soldier, right? Now you have put the man in trouble. By God's grace, they will fish out that lady, that video, with help of people. They will get that lady, and the husband is in trouble. She's a witch, not only when you fly in the night. Thank you, Joyce.
Thank you very much for calling. You're on the sunny side. We're Nigeria Info. Good afternoon to you. Thank you very much for being here.
Hello. Sorry about the area. Good afternoon. Joyce.
Afternoon to you. Thank you very much for being here.
God bless you.
What's your name?
Pastor Emeka Mary is my name.
Good.
Pastor Emeka.
Okay.
This, your several callers have made a call, and there is some. You made a comment on this issue of standing by one another. Just as Mr. Chris just said right now, confronting people when they are doing something wrong. Growing up as an Igbo person, I understand that even in Yoruba, that one person does not train a child. So what that means that if you see a child doing something that is wrong outside, don't close your eyes. That is not your child. He doesn't care. No, make an attempt. Fine. And I think Malik also said that it's a personal thing. It's a personal thing. People are wicked. People have dangerous hatred for other people's children. The reason I don't know. And funny enough, some of them will go into because their own children will at last become non-entities, become nuisance in the society. Because you cannot eat your cake and have it. That is the law of retribution. So, but as the case we are right now, that lady, no matter who she is on earth or the husband, she will be fished out and she will face the wrath of the society. That is my own. She will. For battering that little baby like at that particular level, an innocent child, maybe because of what is food? No, tell me what is food that you will eat under few minutes is gone out. You want to destroy a life. God forbid. I don't know what God will do to her. But thank you for something you said. I think it's high time we begin to acknowledge it. When you see a man beating the wife, or like as Chris said, beating children and all that, no, we need to begin to intervene. By the time you harass them, you try to make it. One day, I saw children selling agidi at 11 to. I was driving home. I saw children selling agidi after 11 to 12 at night. I drop and pick them up. I said, I want to see your mother or your father that night. I think that one, the whole thing was neat to the board. I don't like it. But God bless you, man.
Thank you very much for calling. I appreciate it. The sunny side, you're on Nigeria Info. It's good to have you.
Yeah.
How are you? I can hear you. Thank you for calling.
Good afternoon.
Afternoon to you.
Just there's a place in the Bible that said it's better we suffer for good doing, Abi.
What's your
than
name?
to suffer for doing bad.
What's your name?
That when we are persecuted for doing good, we should count it all joy. You remember?
What's your name?
My name is Benjamin, the same guy you promised wine. So don't worry. So I get what I'm saying now.
I can hear you.
So like I have a case recently in my place. A man of almost 50 years, left with a girl of 13 or thereabout, got her pregnant in my estate. And this man is a barber. There's a space that we gave him that he did something like a butcher where he barbs us and so. So they called police and they took him to police station and everything. And I told people that shop should not be standing there the next day. I don't want that shop to be standing in the estate the next day because we just gave him a space. He barbs in that shop. That's where he lives also. Some people were like telling me that it's a police matter now. We should just not touch it. We should not break down the shop, this and that. I say I can't be comfortable seeing that structure or that man to come back in that environment. I have daughters. Some people were like, he's not the only person that is sleeping with the girl. Because the man even mentioned that when he met the girl, that the girl is not a virgin. God Almighty. Joyce.
Are you serious?
Joyce, single-handedly, I brought the shop down. And I told them that if police comes tomorrow, you people should knock at my door. I will come out. I am the one that brought that shop down. I get what I'm saying, Joyce.
I'm with you.
Our society is messed up. A lot of people are not yet matured in their willpower. There's a program you heard one time and you are asking what do you want to achieve or something. So I don't know how you put it. I told you that all I need in this life is to mature my willpower. Whereby a man cannot play God in my life, be you that is you, be you whoever. Whereby no human being, no mortal can play God in my life. I get what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
So to do good, Don't say what people will say and you don't do good. I rather go to jail for doing right, for doing what is right, than to say what people will say. They will say I'm the one that killed the person. Let me suffer for that good doing. I get what I'm saying. So anybody that is talking, if I'm there, that lady, just in a different thing with a talk, because he go collect too. Make police come arrest me. But that thing he did to that child, she will feel it. Just see, until our society start to stand up for what is right, irrespective of what people will say. That is when we'll get it right. I told people that don't try to be good just in this life, but try to do right. Forget about being good. Jesus said that it's only God that is good. I get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Don't strive to be good. My dad will always say when they say the boy is good, I should check myself. Is it that they are exploiting me? Yeah, I get what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
So when they tell you, this guy is a good guy, check yourself.
I think it's
there's
an Igbo parable that says, Heribo Onyenganga Hapoyo Onyoma.
That is the pure fact, Joyce. And that is why, at times it looks as if I'm a dangerous person, because Joyce, I give you what you deserve, not what you want. Whatever you deserve, I give it to you, not what you want.
All right.
So, Jesse, thank
you,
Jerry.
I appreciate
Don't mind all the hypocrites talking rubbish.
It's
you
okay.
need to dodge doing what they are meant to do in the name of what people will say.
Thank you. Now, the reason why this is a concern is, so here it's a physical violence against the child. And I guess in other cases, it could be a situation where there's sexual molestation against the child. And in a bid to, I'm not sure what we try to save. No, I think it's a case of we try to save ourselves and we don't reach out to save the helpless person. And that singular act ripples into levels of decay that I think we haven't sat down silently to evaluate. It represents a mentality in society. It also gives force to violators, or gives life or permission to violators, to abusers, to continue the violence, because nobody is going to charge them. Nobody is strong enough to challenge them. And there isn't enough willpower to subject them to an order or to arrogance that's higher than their own. And so when we mind our business, quote unquote, we allow things happen that not only first go out into society and terraform society, it comes back and reshapes our minds. It comes back to condition us the ways the world outside of us has been conditioned. So you realize that if you live in a society, you think that then just things or hang a house mate. Tell you what a 5-year-old. I don't know what 10-year-old can do. I don't know what a 12-year-old can do. I don't know what a 15-year-old can do. Okay, so 15, I think I can understand a 15-year-old can be handy. But what is a 10-year-old doing? What can a 5-year-old do? What can a 12-year-old do? I have a 12-year-old brother. Doesn't do anything. We can't even get him to wash his socks without yelling the house down. So, what is the permissible age? Nigeria Info. How are you? Hello, good afternoon to you. How are you?
Hello.
Good afternoon. Welcome
Hello.
to Nigeria.
Good afternoon.
How are you? Tell us your name. Go ahead.
Yes, I can hear.
Okay, you have to stay put, actually, if you could tell your name.
Okay, this is Sonia calling from Lekki.
Thank you for calling.
On the topic you were discussing today about house help and how they are treated, I myself have done it. I've done the work before. I did it for like 4 years, and I promise you, it wasn't easy. It wasn't easy at all, because you are not treated in a way you should be treated, and sometimes you do it because you want money, so you don't have a choice.
Okay.
You just obey the people you are working for, even though they don't treat you right. Although I've left the work because I told myself, you see, I can't just take these things. There was one time I was working, and you see, this woman, she will not give you food. She will boil corn and give it to me. I will eat corn in the morning, eat corn in the afternoon, and eat corn in the night. So, can you hear me?
I'm taking in your story. I am listening, believe me.
Yeah. So these are the things she do.
Was it paid
She would
labor?
eat-
You started to pay your labor. You paid.
Yeah, I was being paid, and then you don't paid more. You are being paid like 30,000. Sometimes you are paid.
And how old
25.
were you? How old were you?
I was 20 because you see, you just have to make money. You just have to find a way and make money. And I'm not this kind of person that will sit down and be hook up. I'm not that kind of a person. I will never do that.
Yeah.
I'd rather sweep somebody's compound and be paid 5,000 than go into prostitution.
Okay.
I stayed with my aunt when I was 3 years. It wasn't easy for me when I left her house because when I finished secondary school, I had to stay because I wanted to go to school. I really needed to go to school. I needed to attend primary school and secondary school. So I had to stay, even though I didn't like how I was treated. You see, my mom left my dad, and so they always used that to insult me. And all that. I felt so, I was depressed. I grew up to become a depressed person. And then going out of our house, I had to work and get money. And then that was when I started house help work. And it was so bad, Auntie Joyce. It was so bad, so really bad. You have to clean dirty places. This woman who have food in her fridge, instead of her to give you food to eat, she would rather throw it out. I'm telling you this is reality. This is me telling you my experience. They are not good people. So because of that, I'm like, God, I'm tired. Okay, let me change. Let me get another job. And that was how I had to contact, people to give me agent's number. And then that was how I got another job.
Wow.
Correctly. So it's not easy. Like, the experience is too much. It's not something I can just talk to you about on the phone.
Yeah, and so even your family, even your relatives were not even better to you.
Nah, they are not. Because one thing, and I'm always fighting that, and I'm always fighting my family for that. They are like my mom, dad, because that. So I just want to be able to. They are fat that my dad something if you and just use my mom's predicaments, I know. And she left. She left when we were still kids. She came back 2015 and then she died. So she was not there to defend herself. She was not there to give us, the children, her own part of the story. So when I was saying my auntie, it was really hard. My auntie, if you do something very little, she will tell you, after all, you're like your mother. After all, you're like your mother.
Wow.
No matter how
Very
it is,
hateful
you feel that difference, even as a child in the house. I grew up, I remember always crying when I was still a child. Whenever I'm hurt, I have nobody to talk to. I'll just go and cry and wake up the next day and you have to continue your life. So I had to stay for 18, 19 years with her because I wanted to go to school. No matter how, at least let me finish secondary school and then I can go. But it was really hard for me. And then leaving her house and going into house help, it was hell. But I have to face it because I needed the money. Sometimes you just sacrifice. It's not because you're enjoying anything there, but because you want the money. You need to earn something. You need to eat. You need to just buy something for yourself and not depend on anybody. So you have to work, even if they insult you. I know how that woman was to me. Sometimes you will not eat good food. It's the carcass of food she will give you, spoiled food. It was so hard anyway. So it's not easy. And I will not advise anybody to, no matter how it is better you eat food with your child or with your children than give your child to somebody that does not know, that did not know how this child came about.
You're such a fighter. I can't imagine how long you've been fighting all your life. What do you do
I'm
now?
currently 26, and I've been fighting since when I was a child.
You've been fighting since you were a child.
Yeah.
What do you do now? What's work for you?
I work as a cleaner in a home care, and even when let me share this experience with you. You see, when I was with my aunt, that was her first daughter, her first child, got married into this family. And this family, they had this child there, Uncle Wisey. Although he's late, they call him Wise Man. Do you know that because of how my auntie, we are not close, of how she pushed herself away from me, and as a girl child, this Wise Man always, he molested me sexually. Do you know that for the past 26 years of my life, I had never told my aunt about that until she died, I think 3 years ago or 2 years ago. I didn't have this courage, I wasn't close to her. Just to show you how bad my life has been. And I did not say because I've been living like this in tears and pain. I did not say, okay, I'm just going to do something naughty. I've been myself, remaining true to myself. I was molested sexually, and I didn't have courage to tell her because I feel like after all, when you tell her, she will shout at you, or she might even beat you. So you see, these are the effects of,
neglect.
It's like a child growing in an environment that is not meant to
very
be.
Hostile environment. Yeah.
Yes.
Look, I can't even tell you how beautiful your spirit is. I even cannot believe you're telling your story. Like you sound like a fighter. Like this is so impressive. You sound so strong, and I'm so happy for you. It sounds like it would take hell to really hold you down. I'm so happy for you, and I really wish you this spirit because you're really gonna need it. And I'm even happy that you have it, because the worst thing is to be confronted by difficult situations and to have a broken spirit and not have the willpower to fall, get up again, go, fall, get up again, go, fight until the day that your deliverance comes. Like, you are such, I'm so glad that you called me, and I want to thank you.
I'm a first-time caller, and I listen to you a lot, and I really want to contribute, but sometimes I'm just like, no, because I am a fan, you become a journalist, actually, someday, so I'm always listening to your programs, and you are so amazing.
Look, you just need a little brushing here and there. By the way, you speak quite well, so you need a little brushing training here and there. I think if you really have a passion for this, you are able to do it. You will be able to do it.
Yeah, I will. I definitely will.
Don't lose faith, and thank you so much for calling me. I really do appreciate it.
Thank you, Mom.
Wow. Thank you.
Yeah.
The sunny side. 99.3 Nigeria Info. We'll hold it to be word.
Hello.
Welcome. Tell me your name.
Yeah. I just want to make a point. I called before, but something happened, and I think you need to address that, please. A man called in to say he helped someone, and the wife came back. You remember that I talked about empathy.
Mm-hmm.
That a lot of women lack it. But the man called in to just confirm his wife doesn't have empathy. Yeah, because I don't understand the point he was trying to make. He was even painting it bad to help people because he said so many negativity. And I was pissed that you married a woman that cannot help you even when you are down. That's just the point.
Well,
how can you come back to say the man was even bold to say for 3 good days the wife was scolding him because he helped.
Yeah, so but he told us the story. So apparently he said he gave the medication to the child.
Yeah.
So I guess that the wife's fear or concern was
for 3 days.
I was also
if you help anyone, you've done the right thing. The lady did not die. That means the man himself can never help anyone again, even dying.
That's even what he was even trying to say. That I guess he hasn't seen the benefit of helping people.
He's bold enough to say it on radio.
I was going to ask
He's married to a woman who lacks empathy, and I can boldly tell you now. See.
Hold on a second.
I don't pray to marry such a woman.
Okay,
honestly.
yeah, but maybe it's not maybe it's fear. Maybe it's not a lack of empathy. Hold on a second, because
fear.
Excuse me. I was going to ask him. I was like, when he said that the wife was angry, I understood. Okay. I understood that the wife was angry because he's not a medical. He's not a. Well, I don't. I get your concern, but he's not a medical doctor, and Nigerians have a habit of self-medicating. So I can So I read it as she was concerned that he had he's not a doctor, and he gave medication to someone who wasn't feeling good, and her fear was, what if the child died? Like, what would you say?
Can I tell you?
So I understand
what I heard from what he said.
Okay, what?
At least he's a learned person. meaning he went to the pharmacy. We have pharmacy that instead of going to hospital, he said he lives on the island. I don't know. There should be pharmacy. You explain things to them, and they give you medicine.
But he didn't tell us the pharmacy part. It sounded like he had painkillers at home and just gave the child painkillers.
No, I didn't. No, he didn't say it was.
Yeah.
I don't know what he meant by that, but it was not from the house or anything. But my own point is, for good 3 days. 3 days.
Yeah, that's a couple situation. Like that's
what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That means if you have empathy for anyone, you cannot hold grudges for 3 days.
Yeah, but I also
for a child.
Yeah,
that means if the man didn't help that young child, if it was the wife that saw the young child dying, the wife would not even take care, try and off or try to take the child to a place where
I can see how you arrived at the conclusion. I can thoroughly see it
because of the man. The man also is now heartless.
Some people
say he can't help people anymore. I forgot. In fact, I wanted to mention his name. I'm disappointed. See, let me tell you the fact.
Some have more
if you
courage.
help anyone, it is God that will repay you.
All right.
So when you feel like you can't do that anymore, just pray.
All right.
Someone that will help you will not do the same thing to you.
Well, thank you. Lagos, we're off on a break. We'll be right back.
99.3 Nigeria Info. We'll be right back.
Every day is about winning with one play on Nigeria Info. On Nigeria Info, daily winnings is now over 150,000 naira. Just go to oneplay.ng or dial *347 *880 #3#. Play with as little as 500 naira, and in a few seconds, your ticket is in the draw. The more you play, the better your chances of winning every day on the Morning Crossfire, WhatsApp Lagos, and Game On shows on weekdays and the Football Frenzy shows on weekends. But that's not all. Every Friday, there will be a 500,000 naira jackpot. Playing during the week automatically qualifies you for the weekly jackpot. Your chances of winning are the same, whether you play on oneplay.ng or dial *347 *880 #3#. Remember to play responsibly. Not suitable for persons under the age of 18. OnePlay is a registered trademark under Lashon Trading Services Limited, licensed by the Lagos State Lotteries and Gaming Commission.
99.3 Nigeria Info, your number one station for talk. Let's talk.
The sunny side. 99.3 Nigeria Info. It's, 3 more minutes before touchdown, top of the hour. Let's go to Skype. Hello, Skype caller. Good afternoon to you.
Hello, Joyce. How you doing today?
I'm good. Thank you very much. Tell us your name.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
My name is Mike, and I'm calling from Michigan.
Okay.
And I want to thank that woman for sharing her story. I really commend her. She's a strong woman. Now, what do you expect in a country where the lawmakers are busy doing things they're not supposed to do, doing some frivolous things, and instead of looking into issues that bother the country? Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't think Nigeria has anything called Child Protective Services, a unit designed to just go after people who abuse children.
We do.
I don't think it's that.
No, I think we do, but I guess it's not as active because maybe the society in itself is silent.
Yes, and this issue of silence, that is what is killing Nigeria today. The issue of silence, that nobody wants to do anything. Nobody wants to be the first to say something. Everybody's just so afraid I'm silent. Like, okay, it's none of my business. Let's bring out their phones and record. I saw a video recently that there was an accident along Lagos Badaga and Ibadan Expressway. Some of the victims were still breathing. They were still alive and people were recording. This one, see, they breathe.
Have I lost you? I probably have. I may have lost you. Okay, so I guess you're going to have to please hang up and call me back if you can hear me. Nigeria Info, you're on the sunny side.
Hello, good afternoon, Joyce.
Thank you very much for calling. You have 2 minutes here, so make it count.
Yeah.
Tell us your name. Go ahead.
Yeah, this is the Merchant Man.
Good to have you, Merchant Man.
Yeah, thank you for bringing up this topic this afternoon. There was something you said which really resonates in my mind. Why we continue to plunge into this abysmal loss of community happy because of individualism. And there is a saying in Igbo, "Onyagala nwanne onuru be one na agbala also." But because of the importation of Western civilization and all that, people tend to overlook what is normal and do otherwise. I think the man that the first caller who happened to repeat the call the second time was bashing. Sometimes if you look at what is good and you know, intelligence can always, that instinct can always tell you when you are in danger, even if you are trying to assist somebody. And that is not a reason to overthrow it and make it look like assisting somebody or speaking up against evil is good. You must be wise enough to know that when you are assisting someone and your life is also at danger and you may run into trouble, you may use your intellect to know the limits you have to.
I don't think that's always the case, because there are people who have tried to help someone on the verge of death. They put that body in the car, try to take the car to the hospital. Hospital delays, and the person dies. Sometimes you're not even thinking that far. You just want to help, and then the situation degenerates. So I don't think it's always obvious. I don't think so. By the way, hold on a second, please. Wait.
The Center for News. Hello, Lagos. Good evening. Welcome back. You're listening to the news. Information.
The federal government is telling Nigerians that 603 persons.
Sports and more.
What a weekend we saw between the big El Clasico.
Your number one station for talk.
I keep my sunny side up.
The sunny side. It's 2 o'clock. The headline news on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
Lagos, there's a lot happening around the country and the world at this time, but here is what we're tracking in summary. Last one.
99.3 Nigeria Info. We are more than just radio. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Nigeria Info FM. Check us out on Facebook at Nigeria Info 99.3. Follow us on Twitter at Nigeria Info FM and on Instagram at Nigeria Info FM Lagos for live updates as it happens. 99.3 Nigeria Info.